Have you ever watched pro runners crush unbelievable times and wondered why they're so good? Why some athletes have a stride that looks so smooth and controlled, and others seem endlessly strong, and some just keep improving year after year? But the real question isn't why they're fast, it's how. Because when you look closer, some of the fastest runners in the world train in a completely different way from each other, and somehow they all work. And more importantly, I'll be showing you how any runner from any level can train. There's a belief in running that success comes from one perfect formula, a certain mileage number, a certain workout, and a certain way to train. But elite athletes prove that's so not true. Today we're looking at 3 very different training philosophies, using 3 pro runners as examples: Alex Yee, Andreas Almgren, and Jake Bauerkloff, aka Ran to Japan, and why the lessons from their training apply to runners at any level. So Alex Yee, who is the 2nd fastest British marathon runner in the country, running 2:06 and a gold medalist in the triathlon, is a great example of how low mileage can lead to elite performance. His training relies heavily on cross-training such as cycling and swimming, since he does the triathlon. So the key idea here is that your heart and lungs don't know whether you're running or cycling. They just respond to the aerobic stress. For Alex Yee, this approach keeps him healthy and allows him to show up fresh for quality run sessions and races. For everyday runners, the lesson is the exact same. If running more only leads to injury and burnout, replacing some miles with low impact aerobic work can actually lead to more consistent progress. So overall, you still have to run, but you don't have to run all the time to get fitter. At the other end of the spectrum is Andreas Almgren, known for using the double threshold training method. The system is built around threshold running, a pace that feels comfortable but a little higher intensity than your usual easy run. Instead of one insanely hard session, it's split into 2 carefully managed sessions in a single day. For Almgren, this allows him to accumulate a massive amount of high quality aerobic work while staying just below the point of exhaustion. So basically nothing is really fast and it's not all out. So obviously the lesson for non-elite runners isn't to completely copy double threshold training. It's to learn a bit of control and restraint, not to push every session all out, because that's really not needed, because you want to save that extra % of energy for those races. Too many runners literally overcook the training and they literally die by the end of a session. So threshold training works because it's repeatable and fairly low intensity, and overall it obviously teaches patience and consistency. Almgren's training method is very much scientific, so it's definitely on the smarter side, but let's move to the harder side of training. Then there's Jake Bauerkloff, aka Ran to Japan, who's used the Japanese training system, which is very much high volume. This philosophy is built on durability. High mileage, frequent running, and years of gradual progression create athletes who are incredibly resistant, physically and mentally. Ran to Japan's training approach shows that the body can adapt through lots of repetition. Over time, running becomes second nature and fatigue becomes familiar rather than overwhelming. So for everyday runners, this means obviously don't replicate this extreme mileage. It matters that consistency over time matters more than the intensity. Easy runs done often over a long period of time build a foundation that no single workout can replace. Remember guys, you've got to build that base, the foundation layer, and then add the speed on the top for the best success. So overall, this system definitely rewards patience and definitely outrules the shortcuts and the cross-training and low mileage method. And also, just as a heads up, you probably have to be pretty obsessed with running to run high mileage. So Alex Yee shows that obviously reducing the chances of injury can lead to overall better performance. Andreas Almgren shows us that control builds powerful fitness. And Ran to Japan shows that durability comes from consistency. So overall, completely different training philosophies, but they're still very much succeeding in their races. They've each found ways to apply stress the body can handle over and over again. And guys, it's important to note that runners like Alex Yee are incredibly talented. So they're already like a step further than runners like Ran to Japan. So therefore, they don't need to put in as much mileage because, you know, they're already much faster, much fitter naturally. So you guys, if you're a bit less naturally talented, I would say go for a bit more higher mileage. And if you're already very talented, I would say just maybe go lower volume and more cross training, since you're obviously already a step further than anyone else. So overall, you don't need to train like a professional to train with purpose. The real takeaway here is just not to copy anyone's mileage or workouts or what training they're doing. It's about understanding how their training works and how it can fit your life as well. Because whether you're chasing a personal best or just trying to enjoy running, the runners who improve the most are the runners who find the best training system that works for them. And that might look in a different way from you. It might be training longer, training harder, or training smarter. But anyway guys, that is it for today's video. If you liked today's video, make sure to leave a like and a subscribe. Please help me get to 250 subscribers by the end of the year. Guys, make sure also to follow my Instagram and my Strava account, and I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.